The Galactic Council's warning. The Galactic Council chamber floats in the void between star systems, a massive ring-shaped station that serves as the seat of interstellar government. Representatives from 47 species gather in the central assembly hall, their forms as diverse as the worlds they call home. Ambassador Kron of the reptilian Vask Empire stands at the speaking podium, his scaled hide gleaming under the chamber's artificial lights. The Vask are the galaxy's dominant military power, their fleets having conquered dozens of systems over the past century. Fellow representatives, Kron begins, his voice carrying the authority of conquest, we gather today to discuss the human problem. The chamber erupts in discussion. Humans are the newest species to achieve faster-than-light travel, having only made first contact with the galactic community 20 years ago. Their small blue world, Earth, sits in a remote spiral, arm of the galaxy, seemingly insignificant among the vast civilizations that span the stars. The humans have refused to join the Galactic Council, Kron continues. They reject our authority and ignore our trade regulations. Their independence threatens the stability of our government. Ambassador Nyx of the Crystalline Shard Collective rises from her seat. Her translucent form catches the light as she speaks. The humans have committed no crimes. They simply wish to govern themselves. Many species maintained independence for centuries before joining the Council, but none of those species possessed strategic resources like Earth, counters General Tor of the insectoid hive worlds. The human homeworld contains rare minerals essential for advanced technology. Their refusal to trade under Council oversight disrupts our supply chains. The debate continues for hours. The younger species argue for patience, suggesting that humans will eventually see the benefits of Council membership. The older, more powerful civilizations demand immediate action. I propose we examine the human military capabilities, suggests Dr. Vell, the floating gas being who serves as the Council's military advisor. Our intelligence reports suggest they possess primitive technology compared to our standards. Holographic display activates, showing Earth's defensive systems. The planet is protected by a network of orbital platforms, each one bristling with kinetic weapons and missile systems. The technology appears crude compared to the energy shields and quantum disruptors used by advanced civilizations. Primitive. Projectile weapons, Kron observes dismissively. Their space fleet consists of fewer than 50 vessels, most of them converted mining ships. A single Vask battle group could overwhelm their defenses within hours. The intelligence report details human military doctrine. Unlike the elegant warfare practiced by galactic civilizations, humans favor direct confrontation and overwhelming firepower. Their weapons are designed for destruction rather than capture, and their military culture emphasizes victory at any cost. They fight like savages. General Tor clicks his mandibles in disgust. No honor, no civilization. They would rather destroy than surrender. Ambassador Nyx projects concern through her crystalline form. Perhaps that should give us pause. A species that fights desperately when cornered can be unpredictable. But the war faction has already made its decision. The economic pressure from the powerful trading guilds, combined with the military's confidence in their superiority, tips the balance toward conflict. The Council will issue an ultimatum, Kron announces. The humans have 30 standard days to join the Galactic Council and accept our authority. If they refuse, we will enforce compliance through military action. The vote is close but decisive. 25 species support the ultimatum, while 22 oppose it. The remaining species abstain, unwilling to take sides in what many believe will be a brief conflict. As the council session ends, Ambassador Nyx approaches Dr. Vell privately. Doctor, I've reviewed the intelligence reports on human technology. There are gaps in our knowledge. We know what weapons they have, but not how they use them. Dr. Vell's gaseous form swirls thoughtfully. The reports focus on individual ships and platforms. But you're right, we don't understand their tactical doctrine. Military intelligence assumes they'll fight like other species we've encountered. That assumption could be dangerous, Nix warns. Humans evolved as apex predators on a world with no natural enemies. Their psychology is fundamentally different from species that developed as prey or herd animals. The concern proves prescient. Within hours of the Council's decision, the ultimatum is transmitted to Earth. The human response is immediate and unambiguous. They will not surrender their independence under any circumstances. The message is signed by someone called General Blake, Earth's military commander. The communication is brief and direct. The people of Earth reject the Council's authority. We will defend our freedom against any threat. Do not mistake our peaceful intentions for weakness. As the various species prepare for what they believe will be a quick military action, none of them notice the subtle changes beginning to occur throughout human space. Trading ships that regularly visit Earth report unusual activity around the planet's industrial centers. Construction projects that were classified as civilian infrastructure begin to show their true purpose. The galaxy's most powerful civilizations have made their decision. They will learn, too late, that some species should never be threatened. The fleet assembles. The vast armada gathers in the Theta Sector, 30 light-years from Earth, 120 warships representing the combined military might of the Galactic Council's most powerful species. The fleet is an impressive sight, sleek vessels with energy shields that shimmer like soap bubbles, their hulls crackling with quantum disruptors and plasma cannons. Admiral Dax commands the fleet. From the bridge of the vast dreadnought Dominion, the massive vessel stretches 3 kilometers from bow to stern, its reptilian design reflecting the predatory nature of its creators. Around it, the Allied fleet forms a perfect battle formation, each ship in its designated position. All ships report ready for hyperspace jump, announces Commander Rix, Dax's tactical officer. The human deadline expired 6 hours ago. We are authorized to proceed with enforcement action. The fleet represents the largest military operation in decades. The Vask have contributed 40 ships, including their newest dreadnoughts. The Shard Collective has sent 25 crystalline vessels, their faceted hulls focusing starlight into devastating laser arrays. The Hive Worlds have deployed 30 bioships, living vessels that can repair damage and adapt to enemy tactics. Intelligence. Update from the Advanced Scouts, reports the communications officer. The human fleet has withdrawn from their outer system positions. Only orbital platforms remain around Earth itself. Admiral Dax studies the tactical display with satisfaction. The human retreat confirms his expectations. Like most species faced with overwhelming force, they are concentrating their defenses around their homeworld for a final stand. Textbook defensive strategy, he observes to his staff. They'll make their last stand at Earth, hoping to inflict enough casualties to force negotiations. We'll crush their orbital defenses, occupy their planet, and install a council-approved government. The hyperspace jump begins, and the massive fleet disappears into the faster-than-light realm. The journey to Earth will take 18 hours, giving the fleet time to finalize their attack plans. During the voyage, the fleet commanders hold a virtual conference. The holographic meeting brings together representatives from all participating species, their translators creating a babel of alien languages. Phase 1 will be the destruction of human orbital defenses, Admiral Dax explains. Our energy weapons will overwhelm their primitive kinetic systems. Phase 2 involves the occupation of major population centers. We expect minimal resistance once their military is eliminated. General Tor of the Hive Worlds expresses concern about civilian casualties. The Council wants Earth's population intact for integration into our civilization. We should minimize collateral damage. Agreed, responds Captain Nex of the Shard. Collective. Our focus arrays can precisely target military installations while leaving civilian areas untouched. The humans will see our superiority and surrender quickly. A conference concludes with confidence. The combined fleet possesses technology centuries ahead of human capabilities. Their ships are faster, more maneuverable, and armed with weapons. That can destroy entire cities in seconds. The human resistance is expected to last no more than a few hours. But as the fleet travels through hyperspace, Earth is far from idle. The planet's industrial centers work around the clock, manufacturing weapons and ammunition. The civilian infrastructure projects reveal their true nature as massive military installations emerge from underground bunkers. The human fleet has not retreated, it has dispersed. Small squadrons of ships take positions throughout the solar system, using the asteroid belt and outer planets as cover. Each squadron is equipped with long-range sensors and communication arrays, creating a network that can track enemy movements across the entire system. General Blake coordinates the defense from a bunker deep beneath Earth's surface. The command center is a marvel of human engineering, with quantum computers processing tactical data and holographic displays showing the position of every ship in the solar system. Sir, long-range sensors detect the incoming fleet, reports Colonel West, the tactical coordinator. 120 ships, including at least 6 Dreadnought-class vessels. General Blake studies the display with grim satisfaction. The enemy fleet is exactly what human intelligence predicted. A massive, concentrated force designed to overwhelm Earth's defenses through superior firepower. They're fighting the last war, he observes to his staff. They expect us to cluster our ships around Earth for a defensive battle. Instead, we'll use the entire solar system as our battlefield. The human strategy is based on a simple principle: make the enemy pay for every light second of space they advance. The dispersed fleet will conduct hit-and-run attacks, forcing the invaders to split their forces and fight on multiple fronts, simultaneously dot as the Galactic Council fleet approaches Earth. Neither side fully understands what they're about to face. The aliens expect a quick victory against primitive opponents. The humans prepare for a fight that will determine the fate of their species. The stage is set for a battle that will reshape the galaxy's understanding of warfare. First blood. The Galactic Council fleet drops out of hyperspace at the edge of Earth's solar system, their arrival creating brilliant flashes of light as exotic matter returns to normal space. Admiral Dax expects to find the human fleet waiting in defensive positions around their homeworld. Instead, his sensors detect only empty void. Sir, we're not picking up any major human fleet concentrations, reports Commander Rix, confusion evident in his voice. Long-range scans show scattered ship signatures throughout the system, but no main battle formations. Admiral Dax studies the tactical display with growing frustration. The human ships appear to be hiding among the asteroids and outer planets, avoiding direct confrontation. It's a cowardly strategy that he's seen before from inferior species. They're trying to delay the inevitable, he decides. All ships advance in formation toward Earth. We'll sweep aside their scattered forces and crush their orbital defenses. A fleet moves deeper into the solar system, maintaining perfect formation. As sleek alien vessels glide through space, with deadly grace, their energy shields shimmering and weapons charged. It's an impressive display of military might that has cowed dozens of species into submission. The first attack comes without warning. Human ships emerge from the asteroid belt, their primitive kinetic weapons spitting solid projectiles at tremendous velocity. The alien fleet's energy shields deflect most of the incoming fire. But several ships take damage from the unexpected assault. "Contact left flank," Commander Rix shouts. Human squadron attacking from the asteroid field. The human ships are unlike anything the aliens have encountered. Instead of the elegant curves that mark advanced spacecraft, these vessels are angular and functional, built for war rather than beauty. Their weapons are crude but effective railguns that fire solid slugs and missile systems that saturate space with explosive warheads. "Return fire," Admiral Dax orders. "Destroy those primitive craft." The alien response is swift and devastating. Plasma cannons and energy beams lance out toward the human squadron. But the small ships are already accelerating away at tremendous speed. By the time the alien weapons reach their targets, the humans have disappeared back into the asteroid belt. "Damage report," Dax demands. "Minor hull damage to 3 ships," Rix responds. "The human weapons are surprisingly effective against our shielding, but not enough to cause serious harm." The hit-and-run attack is repeated across the fleet. Small human squadrons strike from unexpected directions, inflict minor damage, and disappear before the aliens can respond effectively. It's a frustrating dance that slows the fleet's advance and forces them to maintain defensive formations. "Sir, we're detecting massive energy signatures from the outer planets," the sensor operator reports. "Jupiter and Saturn are showing industrial activity levels that don't match our intelligence reports." Admiral Dax realizes too late that human intelligence has been incomplete. The outer planets of the solar system have been converted into massive military installations, their moons hollowed out and filled with weapon systems. What the aliens thought were mining operations were actually fortifications. The second phase of the human defense begins as the fleet approaches Mars. The red planet's surface erupts with launch signatures as hundreds of missiles streak toward the alien formation. These aren't the simple kinetic weapons used by the hit-and-run squadrons. They're fusion warheads capable of destroying entire ships. Evasive maneuvers. Dax orders, but the massive fleet cannot change course quickly enough. The missiles are followed by streams of projectiles fired from railguns built into Mars' surface, turning the planet into a massive weapon system. The first alien casualties occur as a Shard collective cruiser fails to avoid a direct hit from a fusion warhead. The crystalline vessel shatters into 1,000,000 pieces, its crew killed instantly. 2 more ships take critical damage from the planetary bombardment. How did they build these installations without our knowledge? General Tor demands over the communication channel. Our intelligence reported only civilian mining operations. The answer becomes clear as the fleet advances. The humans have been preparing for this war for years, converting their entire solar system into a fortress. Every planet, moon, and asteroid has been weaponized. The industrial capacity that the aliens coveted has been turned against them. "Sir, we're receiving a transmission from Earth," the communications officer reports. General Blake's voice fills the alien command bridges, calm and confident despite the battle raging around his homeworld. "This is your final warning. Withdraw from our system immediately or face the consequences. You have 10 minutes to begin your retreat." Admiral Dax responds with rage. "Human commander, you are outnumbered and outgunned. Surrender now, and we will show mercy." The human response is immediate and chilling. We don't surrender, we don't retreat, and we don't show mercy to invaders. You have 9 minutes. The battle for Earth has begun in earnest, and the aliens are beginning to understand that they may have underestimated their enemy. The trap springs the alien fleet presses forward despite mounting casualties, their formation now ragged after hours of constant harassment. Admiral Dax has lost 12 ships to the human defense network, but his fleet still maintains overwhelming numerical superiority. Earth hangs before them like a blue jewel, its orbital platforms bristling with weapons. "Sir, we're detecting massive Power signatures from Earth's orbital stations, Commander Rix reports. Their defensive grid is charging to full capacity. Admiral Dax studies the tactical display with grim satisfaction. Finally, the humans are making their last stand. The orbital platforms are impressive for primitive technology, massive structures that bristle with kinetic weapons and missile systems, but they're fixed targets, unable to maneuver or retreat. All ships, focus fire on the orbital defenses, he orders. Plasma cannons and quantum disruptors, maximum power, will vaporize their stations and force their surrender. The alien fleet opens fire with devastating effect. Energy beams lance through space, striking the human orbital platforms with tremendous force. Several stations explode in brilliant flashes, their debris raining down toward Earth's atmosphere. But the human response is immediate and overwhelming. Every remaining platform opens fire simultaneously, creating a wall of kinetic projectiles that fills the space between Earth and the alien fleet. The volume of fire is staggering, millions of solid slugs and guided missiles streaking toward the invaders. Impossible. General Tor gasps over the communication channel. How can primitive weapons generate such firepower? The answer lies in human military doctrine. While alien civilizations focus on elegant, efficient weapons, humans have always believed in overwhelming firepower. Each orbital platform contains dozens of weapon systems, all firing simultaneously. The individual shots may be primitive, but their combined effect is devastating. The alien fleet's energy shields begin to fail under the constant bombardment. Ships designed to deflect precise energy beams struggle against the chaotic storm of solid projectiles. The elegant formations that served them well in previous wars become death traps as disabled vessels collide with their neighbors. Sir, we're losing ships faster than we can count, Rix reports, his voice tight with fear. The human weapons are overwhelming our defensive systems. Admiral Dax realizes that the battle is not going according to plan. The humans are not fighting like civilized species. They're fighting like the apex predators they evolved to be. Every weapon system is designed for maximum destruction. Every tactic focused on killing rather than capturing. Fall back to long range, he orders. We'll use our superior technology to destroy their defenses from a safe distance. But as the alien fleet attempts to withdraw, the trap finally springs. The human ships that have been conducting hit-and-run attacks throughout the system suddenly emerge from hiding. But these aren't the small squadrons that have been harassing the fleet. These are massive warships, each one the size of an alien dreadnought. Sir, we're detecting 50-plus human capital ships moving to intercept, the sensor operator reports. They're accelerating at rates that should be impossible for vessels of that size. The human fleet has been hiding in the shadow of the gas giants, using the planet's magnetic fields to mask their energy signatures. The ships are unlike anything in the alien intelligence files, massive, angular vessels that look more like flying fortresses than spacecraft. General Blake's voice echoes across the communication channels. You were warned. Now you face the consequences. The human capital ships open fire with weapons that dwarf even their orbital platforms. Massive railguns launch projectiles the size of small buildings, while missile systems fire salvos that darken the space between the fleets. The firepower is beyond anything the aliens have encountered. They've been building a fleet in secret, Admiral Dax realizes. All those mining operations, all that industrial activity, they were preparing for war. The alien fleet finds itself caught between Earth's orbital defenses and the human capital ships. The elegant formations that served them well in previous conflicts become death traps as human weapons pour fire into their ranks from multiple directions. Sir, we've lost 40% of our fleet, Commander Rix reports. The remaining ships are taking heavy damage. We need to retreat immediately, but retreat is no longer an option. The human fleet has positioned itself to cut off the alien escape routes, while the orbital platforms continue their relentless bombardment. The trap has been perfectly executed, turning the aliens' numerical superiority into a liability. All ships, emergency hyperspace jump, Admiral Dax orders desperately. Scatter and regroup at the rally point. The surviving alien vessels begin their emergency escape procedures, but the humans are not finished. As the first ships attempt to enter hyperspace, they discover that the humans have deployed gravity mines throughout the system, devices that disrupt faster-than-light travel. The aliens are trapped in a system that has become their graveyard, facing an enemy that fights without mercy or honor. The galaxy's most powerful civilizations have finally met their match. No survivors. The battle for Earth enters its final phase as the trapped alien fleet faces complete annihilation. Admiral Dax watches from the bridge of the Dominion as his proud armada disintegrates around him. Of the 120 ships that entered the system, fewer than 30 remain operational. Sir, hyperspace generators are still being disrupted by the human gravity mines. Commander Rix reports, his voice barely controlled panic. We can't escape the system. The human fleet presses its advantage with ruthless efficiency. And massive. Capital ships maintain their bombardment, while smaller vessels dart between the alien formations, targeting specific systems with precision strikes. The humans fight like a pack of predators, coordinating their attacks to maximize damage. Emergency. Transmission to all Allied ships, Admiral Dax orders. Form defensive circles around the remaining dreadnoughts. We'll fight our way out of this system. But the defensive formations that have served the aliens well in previous wars prove useless against human tactics. Instead of engaging in civilized, ship-to-ship combat, the humans swarm their enemies like insects, attacking from all angles simultaneously. The shard collective vessels, with their elegant crystalline hulls, shatter under the relentless kinetic bombardment. The hive-world bioships, despite their ability to repair damage, cannot regenerate fast enough to survive the constant attacks. The vast dreadnoughts, pride of the reptilian empire, are reduced to burning hulks by human fusion missiles. Sir, we're receiving a transmission from General Blake. The communications officer reports. The human commander's voice fills the bridge, calm and professional, despite the carnage around him. This is your final opportunity to surrender. Lay down your weapons and prepare to be boarded. Admiral Dax responds with the fury of a dying predator. We are the Galactic Council. We have ruled the stars for millennia. We will not surrender. To primitive savages. The human response is immediate and chilling. Then you will die like the others. The orbital platforms shift their fire to target the remaining alien command ships. The concentrated bombardment is overwhelming, turning space around the alien fleet into a storm of metal and energy. The Dominion's shields collapse under the assault, and hull breaches begin to vent atmosphere into space. Sir, we're losing life support on decks 7 through 12, Rix reports. The ship won't survive another direct hit. Admiral Dax realizes that his fleet is facing complete destruction. The humans are not fighting to capture or intimidate, they're fighting to exterminate. Every alien ship in the system is marked for destruction. Every crew member condemned to death. Open a channel to all ships, he orders. This is Admiral Dax. Record final battle reports and launch them in message pods. The galaxy must know what happened here. The surviving alien vessels begin launching their emergency message pods, small automated probes designed to carry information across interstellar distances. These pods contain the complete record of the battle, including tactical data about human capabilities and warnings about their ruthless nature. But the humans have anticipated this final gambit. Small fighter craft emerge from the human capital ships, their sensors locked onto the fleeing message pods. The fighters are fast and maneuverable, designed specifically to intercept escaping vessels. Sir, the humans are destroying our message. Pods, the sensor operator reports. They're not letting any information escape the system. The realization hits Admiral Dax like a physical blow. The humans are not just destroying the fleet, they're eliminating all evidence of their capabilities. No alien ship will escape to warn the galaxy about humanity's true strength. They planned this from the beginning, he whispers. They wanted us to attack so they could destroy us completely. The final phase of the battle is swift and merciless. The remaining alien vessels are hunted down one by one, their crews given no opportunity to surrender or escape. The human fleet shows no mercy, no compassion, no civilization. They fight like the apex predators they are, eliminating all threats to their territory. The last alien ship to die is the Dominion itself. Surrounded by human vessels, its shields collapsed and weapons destroyed, the great dreadnought faces its final moments. Admiral Dax stands on his bridge, watching as human boarding parties prepare to breach his ship's hull. Sir, Commander Rex says quietly, it's been an honor serving with you. Admiral Dax nods, his reptilian features showing resignation. The honor was mine. May the galaxy remember us. The human Marines breach the ship's hull, their weapons trained on the surviving alien crew. But there are no survivors to interrogate, no prisoners to exchange. The bridge crew has chosen death over capture, following the ancient warrior traditions of their species. As the last alien dies, the solar system falls silent, except for the hum of human engines. The fleet that entered the system with such confidence has been completely destroyed, leaving no trace of their existence except scattered debris. General Blake's final transmission reaches across the void. This is Earth command to all alien vessels. The Sol system is now close to foreign ships. Any attempt to approach will be met with lethal force. This is your only warning. The message is broadcast on all frequencies, a declaration that humanity will defend itself against any threat. The galaxy's newest species has announced its arrival in the only language that predators understand: violence. Asterisk.